Hey, what's going on, guys? So somebody actually sent me some game footage, and that's what you're watching right now. They were asking me like tips and tricks and to kind of see what they're doing wrong in game, just to kind of commentate on mistakes that they make or even decisions that they take and like why they shouldn't have done something, things of that nature. So pretty much I'm gonna do this. Let me take off the fog of war here. Alright, so I'm gonna do it from the perspective of just like what they're seeing and you know what they're doing. First off, I'd like to preface this, like, in no means am I like amazing at this game, but you know, I have played high elo, I have played diamond elo before. You know, I do play in tournaments, things like that, and so I'm just gonna kind of like commentate on what I see here. Yeah, so first things first, I think that for this video I'm pretty much just going to be focusing on the ADC because that's the person who wanted me to kind of watch their video and just who wanted the input to begin with. So yeah, so we got our Kog'Maw here, laning with the Blitzcrank. First of all, I really don't suggest in low elo, that being like bronze and silver, to even play Kog'Maw with a Blitzcrank. Just because a lot of the times Kog'Maw is a very mechanical champion. He does take a lot of very good placement, very good map awareness to play. And when you kind of have like a Blitzcrank in a low elo game, they're probably just going to be like looking for pulls like constantly, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. But with Kog, it's kind of bad because let's say like this Blitz sees a pull opportunity, immediately pulls, and you know, then doesn't realize where their ADC is. That's not really a good situation to be in. Like for example, just there, the Blitzcrank did pull the enemy ADC, which was good. But the thing is, he left his Kog'Maw wide open for Leona to engage on him. Now, if they were level 2, that Leona engage on that Kog'Maw, that trade would have been totally not worth it because the stun would definitely went off on the Kog'Maw. Tristana probably would have been able to land her E, which she did, as well as give out a lot more auto attacks, so the trade wouldn't have been as worth it. Yeah, what he's doing right now, what the Kog'Maw is doing right now is good. He's staying behind the wave, making sure that he's placed behind the wave so you know he doesn't really put himself in a vulnerable position. He is keeping his distance, which is good, focusing on CS, which is good. Definitely as a Kog'Maw in low elo, I do suggest that you kind of play a little bit more passive than what they're doing right now. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about, that level 2 engage. That Leona was just able to jump on the Kog'Maw immediately, and the Blitz definitely just wasted the exhaust there. There was no kill opportunity, so that's a wasted exhaust. The current CS score, if you can see, is like 39 to 34. Even though they're pushing up this hard, this Tristana is really actually keeping up in CS for the most part, and that's not something you want to see if you're gonna be like in their side of the lane essentially. The Blitz is just waiting in the bush here, and as a Kog'Maw, if I saw my Blitz just like waiting in the bush, I probably wouldn't be comfortable with that. I'd probably be trying to farm from the other side, from around here rather than over here, just because this makes you vulnerable to the Leona E and then the Q. And they also don't have a ward in their try side, so the enemy jungler could just like pop out of nowhere and just kind of like wreck their face. But in terms of gameplay, he's really not doing too bad here, Tango Bunny. Okay, so here's an engage like directly onto the Kog'Maw. Instead of just kind of like being passive about it, this Tristana is going for the Blitzcrank, and he made the mistake here of not fighting back, you know? So the second that this Blitz decided to fight on this Tristana, this Kog'Maw shouldn't have been hesitating so much, and that's, see, like that flash was completely burned for no reason. So if we rewind that actually, I think it was around here. Yeah, it was around here. Alright, so notice like the positioning right around here. This Tristana is far back, and Tristana does have that passive where, you know, her auto attack range is increased significantly. And this Blitz is just kind of waiting around in the bush, like waiting for something to happen, waiting for a pull opportunity. And that's good, but right now, you see that? Do you see how he's still in this bush? You don't want to be there. And as a Kog'Maw, as an ADC, well, specifically to Kog'Maw, you don't want to be leaving yourself vulnerable, like I said. You don't want to kind of like leave yourself out in the open. Because even if you're standing behind your minions, which is a good thing to do, which is a good way of deterring a lot of damage and preventing anybody to jump on you, Leona E is definitely going to come through, and you know, it doesn't really matter if there's minions there because she can just land the stun on her. And which she does. She lands the E straight into the Q, and the Blitz comes straight for the Leona. Alright. That here is a mistake. Just because when oh, the little sound still goes even though it's possible. Anyway, see this Blitz kind of like diverts his attention and goes for the Leona, and he's like, oh wait, you know what, let me just go for the Tristana. The second they decided to fight that, Kog'Maw has the potential to definitely trade, if not do a fuckload of damage to the Tristana here. And the fact that he wasted his abilities on the Leona, and then that this Blitzcrank exhausted the Leona instead of the Tristana, and like not all inning them right there, that was where they lost that fight. So the Kog'Maw definitely should have been, when he was first engaged, repositioned himself like right around here, and then he should have pinged the Blitzcrank to exhaust the Tristana. Because if you see how low her health is just from, you know, the fight in general, and she wasn't even being focused to begin with, she could have gone down instantly, and then they could have just turned right onto the Leona. But instead, he made the mistake of just kind of playing back and being a little scared. And then right when the Blitzcrank started to go in, he was like hesitating still, and then he was like, all right, whatever, and then went in it. That's a huge mistake on this part. Wow, are you fucking serious? Did this Tristana really just flash for that shit? Oh my god. Alright, okay, hold on, I need to rewind that. Where was that? The fact that she even went in for this, the second he saw that flash, he should have thrown down his, I think it's his E? I can't remember actually. It's been a long time since I played Kog'Maw. But anyway, he should have thrown down the slow. That definitely would have... If he had thrown down the slow, the tower would have gotten an extra hit on that Tristana, and she would have been donezo, like dead, immediately. So, there's another mistake there. It's good that he is CSing this wave, but he should actually be pushing this a little bit harder, because the Tristana is definitely backing at this point. And if he did push this a little bit harder, his minions probably would have made it to her turret, and she would have lost out on a little bit of farm. So the fact that he's like waiting around here, that's a mistake too. Like, you should be kind of pushing this wave a little bit harder, so that he could have backed like 10 seconds ago. And I don't know why he's still staying here, because he definitely has like a good amount of gold at this point. If he's got 60 CS, you know. He could definitely have backed, gotten better items. By the time this Tristana comes back, she's going to be a little bit more stacked on items, just because she's got that, well, she's got the Caulfield's Warhammer now. And he's still sitting here with, you know, a very good CS lead, but in terms of damage, he's kind of losing out. He's kind of losing out on potential kill opportunities. He's not even full health or full mana. He's just kind of like wasting his time here. Farming is good, but you also need to know when to back, and he definitely should have backed as soon as that, you know, Tristana wasted her flash and it backed off. He should have pushed that wave, and he should have backed, bought items, came back even stronger, instead of kind of wasting his time here. See, he's kind of, because he didn't back, he's just kind of like standing in the background here, and that causes this fight to happen right here. Like what I'm watching right now, this is all because he didn't back when he should have. He didn't push that wave out. He didn't take the opportunity to back at the same time as the enemy ADC. She has a lot more damage on him now just because she got to back and get items, whereas he is up ahead in farm. But still, like, just because you have a lot of farm, it doesn't mean you have damage. You know, you can't just assume like, oh, I'm winning in farm, so I have more damage than them. No, items is what gets you damage. And the fact that he didn't back means that he wasn't, you know, like full health, he wasn't full mana, he was kind of hanging back because he was a little scared there. So if I rewind this to about here. Let's slow this down about half speed. So if you watch this, he's farming, but then he realizes both of them are back. Both of them have, you know, full health, full mana. They're ready to completely engage on him. So he now realizes probably that he was like wasting his time here. Sure, he's farming, which is good, but you know, you're definitely going to lose out on this trade the second this Leona just jumps on you, and that's why he's like retreating here. He should have been telling his Blitzcrank not to be, you know, going out this far. Like, that was such a waste of, well, not a waste, but like a mistake to do, because that just allows them to just completely jump on them and dumpster them with that heavy CC combo. And he's dead, look at that. So now Tristana is 2-0. She is losing out on CS, sure, but she's 2-0 now. Whereas he could have had a kill, at least one kill earlier on that kill opportunity that he missed. And, well, actually 2 kill opportunities that he missed. And now they're behind in lane. So, you know, they both have a death. Leona 002, Tristana 2-0-0. And now the Kog'Maw is coming back with items. He does have a blasting one, he does have a pickaxe, which is good. But the fact that he didn't back earlier and he waited that long to back means that they obviously got the kill opportunity, and it also means that they're going to get this dragon because it's completely free. The bot lane, there's no way Blitz can stop them. There's no... Oh, wow, okay, just kidding. Wow, alright. You really suck at fucking smiting, Shyvana. You should probably check yourself before you wreck yourself. Anyway, point being, if, you know, in the case that they didn't fuck this up royally, this Kog'Maw wouldn't have had the time to, you know, come back to Dragon and kind of stop them from taking that objective. As a support, just a little anecdote, you shouldn't be leaving your ADC in the lane if they're at the turret, and one, they have no escape mechanism, and two, like, you haven't warded your try. So obviously this was not warded. That TP came in, and so now it's a 3v2 here. They definitely have the dive opportunity here, but they kind of fucked it up a little bit. Either way, the Kog'Maw goes down, and that was mainly because this Blitz... Oh god, that's funny. Hold on. Alright, anyway, the Blitz left the Kog'Maw alone at the tower, which was bad. They were really pushed up, which is not a bad thing, but if they're pushed up together, it's a little better, but they also didn't ward this tri-bush. This tri-bush is actually really important to ward, especially on the blue side. Even though it's on your side, chances are junglers like Shyvana, junglers with good movement speed and good mobility, they're probably going to come around this way and try and take you down. And also, not even the jungler, but also like top laners who take teleport, most likely are going to teleport to this ward in this bush if they have warded it, red side had warded it, which they did. And if you're going to be pushed up like that and then leave, you know, as an ADC be alone at this turret, that's just a recipe for failure. It's a recipe for disaster, because there's, you know, the jungler can come in and you'd have no idea. Well, disregarding the pink ward, and then a TP could come in and you'd have no idea, and then they'd just kind of like bum rush you from here and go straight up the lane and kind of like take you down, which is sort of what happened here. Especially against someone like a Galio, especially like someone against the Shyvana. They do have a lot of dive potential after they hit level 6, and they definitely should have been warding that. As an ADC, there's not much he could have done but to tell his support to ward, or ward himself, and make sure that, you know, that dive potential kind of like wasn't there. Oh god, that was a fucked up Leona ulti. I don't know why this guy just flashed in for the turret. That's really bad, because in the case that their enemy jungler was here, chances are the Blitz going that hard for a kill while the Kog'Maw is that far behind him, he's gonna go far enough that he's gonna be out of the tower range, and then Kog'Maw is most likely gonna be tanking the turret, which is what's happening right now. This Leona with all of her CC definitely gonna be able to stun him down, so he has to waste his flash. Definitely don't farm from this try either. I knew it. Okay, I was watching him farm, and then I was kind of thinking like, yeah, enemy jungler is probably gonna pop out and kill your ass, and that's exactly what happened. The fact that he even decided to stay there, I don't know why he even decided to stay there, because the blitz was leaving. There's no wards in their side of the jungle. You don't know where their jungler is, you know, and you're giving yourself away by giving them the vision from your auto attacking the minions on their side, so they know you're in that try, and you're so separated from your support that if you get jumped, there's not much your support can do. So that was definitely a throw on their part. They're going really hard on this. The Blitzcrank, I can't talk, Jesus Christ. Alright, so Blitz throws his Q and misses. This Kog'Maw decides to go up straight onto the turret and just kind of like face check it in a way. You gotta remember, you're a ranged carry. You don't need to be up in their face to be doing some damage. Like, you can't be like way the fuck up here when you're going for a potential dive. Like, if you're gonna try and pull somebody in their tower range as an ADC, why the fuck are you even here? Like, you shouldn't be there in the first place. Let's slow this down. So that's why, you know, the stuns go down, the E goes down. He blows heal for some fucking reason, even though he was, you know, full health. That's not gonna do much, you know, because sure, you get stunned, but why would you heal? Like, it's not gonna do anything for you. If you want to use your heal as an escape mechanism, you have to do that afterwards. So that's pretty much a free kill right there. The Leona lands all over CC, and that's pretty much ultimately just because they were way the fuck up here. Well, at least the Cog was way up here, just getting dicked on. Like, you're a Kog'Maw, you don't have the mechanic, like, you don't have spells or abilities to survive something like that. Like, that's just, you know, a recipe for death. Like, you're definitely gonna die. So that was pretty much it. In terms of the lane phase, everything after that, it's just, you know, more again on positioning, things of that nature. I'd say the most important is going to be the lane phase, at least for low elo, just because that's how they're going to get their damage out. Once people start grouping, especially with a heavy CC team, like with a Pantheon and a Mumu and a Blitzcrank, it's going to be a lot easier for any ADC and anybody playing Kog'Maw to kind of just like stay in the back. There were a couple times that I watched in this game where he was right up in their face, especially that one time with the turret during lane phase. As a Kog'Maw, just remember, like, your placement is everything. Well, not even as a Kog'Maw, just as a player in general, your placement is everything. Like, you need to know where to stand. You need to know where to be. You have to have vision. You have to deny vision. You have to deny CS if you're going to be pushing that hard. Make sure that, you know, you're safe. Make sure that you know that they haven't warded, or you know that you have warded and you can see any ganks that are going to come in. Just because you take down enemy ADC, you know, doesn't mean that you're safe and like you can get right up on the turret. That's definitely not the case. That's never the case. Yeah, that's about it, honestly. The major mistakes I saw in this game were pretty much just positioning errors, which is usually the case for people who fuck up with Kog'Maw. Other than that, mechanically, the CS was, you know, the CSing was good. All right, well, I feel like I was just rambling a lot and probably going on way too long of a tangent, but I really hope that helps. I really hope that kind of like you realize what you were doing wrong here. Oh my god, what a fucking scumbag. Anyways, let's skip to the end. So yeah, they're taking down the turrets. Team is aced. It's free Nexus. They do win this game. Kog'Maw's a good champion. Tango, just focus on where you're positioned at. take my advice from the times I was kind of like showing you when I paused the game. Yeah, just work on your positioning. That's pretty much all you gotta do. I hope this helps. I don't really know. I feel like I was rambling, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. Enjoy your day. Good luck playing games, climbing the ladder, shit like that. Yeah. All right, peace.